Welcome to Cinema 5D on the Couch, the talk show with filmmakers and industry leaders. Brought to you by G Technology, Rode Microphones, Movidium, Film Convert, and FNV.
I think the biggest issue is permanent storage. How do you deal with this? Because I mean, we used to have tapes, which were instant backup. Basically, we don't have tapes anymore. So we work with the stuff. We have our 3 copies. Do you keep it on those small drives forever, or do you just pull? What do you do with it?
For me, if I shoot, let's say, music videos or corporate work or anything like that, I have a policy where I don't actually I'll keep it within, let's say, a certain time frame, and I'll say to the client, I'm going to keep this for 3 months. So you give the deliverable, you base the final product, and you say, I'll do 3 or 4 revisions. Once you're happy with that final revision, then you say, okay, within 3 or 4 months, in the policy, you say, you're going to get rid of it. Wow. So it's up to them to back it up. That way I save drive space as well. So it's more economical for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never do that.
I would never do that. That would horrify me.
Yeah. No, but that's a policy. Because it depends. I mean, do you want to archive a music video?
But really, I mean, I had a lot of clients, maybe not music videos, but I had a lot of stuff that I shot years ago. Yeah. Clients coming back saying, well, I need this, I need something changed, or, it's even stuff that you would think they would never touch again.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've just done a documentary shoot, or a TV show that I work on, where we've been following a specific company, a very large company. It's just about to float, and I realised that I'd shot them 5 years previously for somebody else, and I needed to know where that was, and I archived it where in my G drive somewhere, and I was able to pull it out, and I was able to recycle it and use it and actually sort of sell it to myself to use on my next production. And if I'd started deleting any of it, because it was a corporate production, where I wasn't planning to retask it all. But as it turns out, very few people had been into this company and shot it, and so therefore every single second that I had shot, I then was able to use, again to and just turn it into something that was really, really important to my current project.
I'm not saying that you delete everything. It's horses for courses.
So no, but I'm saying I'm almost used every single second, because it's a half-hour show where I have no other footage of the company that it's about, because they wouldn't let us back in again. I'm sorry, but I absolutely want to just keep every single thing that I shoot, and then
the only thing I delete are probably like event shoots. I don't do that often, but stuff like where you have people talking about something, like I delete that kind of stuff. I rarely shoot it these days, but it's like you easily generate 500 gigabytes in a day.
Of course.
How do you catalog your stuff out of interest?
That's a good point. I just started doing that. CD Finder. It's called now differently, I think net something, and I started using this, and it works quite well, because I didn't have a proper catalog. I used to just screenshot the content of a hard drive and put it in a folder, which is stupid, because even if when you're looking for something, you go through all the screenshots of, I don't know, now it's probably 40, 50 hard drives easily, and it takes ages, and sometimes the screenshot is not the most recent one, so you can't find it. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I find it amazing that there isn't, given that we all shoot, everybody who shoots, who edits, who creates content should be archiving it somewhere. And yet, there isn't a de facto standard archiving solution globally. There's not the equivalent of your Adobes or your Final Cuts in archiving. There are, there's like CatDV, and there are people out there, but there isn't one that seems to be like the one that everybody that just trips off the tongue. I mean, what do you?
I have the chance to manage my own post-production company. So we have huge servers, and we have LTO. So everything is backed up on LTO at the end of the project. But the rules are very simple. On the set, I use Silverstack from Pomfret. Yes, it's a German software. I prefer to use that instead of Shotput Pro for.
It's true. I think it's better, but it's very expensive, right?
No, because you can rent it, and you can include the price of the rental. If I don't use it since maybe more than 1 month, you can rent it for 30 euros for 2 weeks. So
Okay.
Most of the time is okay. And so there is one G Drive EV for the customer, one for me, and the biggest drive for all the shooting. And after, when I go back to the office, if my sorry, I missed my word. If the people who work with me at the office, they receive the drive from the mail, they do the backup on the LTO on the server, and but the customer already have the shooting on with the little disk.
Mm-hmm.
But I think to talk about the question of the size of the file, the red code is maybe the most clever thing on the market.
I agree. I mean, I just wanted to mention that before. I think it's the only camera that allows you to always shoot raw,
Yeah.
but decide the amount of compression within the camera, right?
Kenny Raw just did it.
Okay.
Just
I mean-
though, I mean, literally just.
Like, well, 2 weeks ago.
But I think that's actually right. It's quite clever to have your lossless compression.
It's one of the problems I think that Canon has with the Canon RAW, because it's 1 terabyte of 4K Canon RAW is
Well,
1 hour.
Yeah.
it's not a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you permanently, store your footage? I mean, if you don't keep it.
Well, I think no. Look, let me rephrase that. I think I was taken a bit out of context. Horses for courses, depending on the job. If you're chewing through a lot of music videos, that's sort of like
Sure, but what do you do with the stuff you keep?
the stuff I keep. I archive.
what?
I used to use a tape-based system because evidently, the tape-based system was better. But then now going obviously to sort of digital and stuff like that, and spinning drives, obviously. I was sort of more sort of archiving on hard drive systems as opposed to SSDs, but because I know there's only a certain amount of writes that you can actually write to SSDs. But yeah, so that's what I've been sort of essentially doing. I've always been sort of a bit more hesitant when it comes to sort of archiving to, like I said, SSDs. But now I'm quite actually looking forward to some of the new G-Tech stuff that's coming out. So I don't know, what do you normally archive to?
okay, so I have a pretty, I don't know, it's unique to me. It's a pretty straightforward system actually, where everything starts on the media that it's shot on. It goes on to, because I'm normally copying in the field. A lot of my work is outside. It's not office based. It's not studio based. I'm out and about.
Location.
It's all location, and normally some ridiculous location. Like I was recently, like in Mongolia, in some gear. I think they got those round tents, and there's no power, and I'm just sitting there with my laptop, and there's 2 drives, and it all works, and that's fine. So the moment I get back to the office, I then copy them from these smaller drives over to a fast G-RAID drive. One of the I forget exactly which it's called, but there's 2 and 4 TB super fast desktop drives, and then it'll live on that until I've edited the project, and then it will stay on there maybe for like a month or 2 in case I need to come back and do a re-edit or that becomes current. And then after that, I then take it off there and dump it to a slower drive, a larger 8 TB drive, where it then lives basically forever until I find a better solution. When in 20 years' time, when we have sort of diamonds with 15 gazillion bytes of whatever, I might put it on one of those. But right now, it's all just on those drives. So it sort of moves down.
I'm happy to hear we have similar ways of doing this, because it's something nobody really talks about, but it's really important, because I think in 10 years' time, if you just have it on one hard drive, the chances, or a DVD or CD, I don't know, the chances of it failing is very high.
Well, and I do make 2 copies of everything, and I would love to keep everything on super fast drives, but at the moment, it's just not financially.
No, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense. I
Well,
can't
you use super fast drives for acquisition and editing,
Yeah.
and then you store
And
everything.
then you move it off.
I mean, that's just
I mean, the one downside in that is, when you've got 4 TBs, it does take a little bit of time to move it off that and to another drive. But
Yeah.
hopefully, fingers crossed, in the future, it won't be an issue.
Thanks for watching this segment of Cinema 5D on the Couch. If you want to see more from our guests, Clinton Harn, Emmanuel Pampuri and Dan Chang, please do tune in for the next show. And big thanks to our sponsors, G Technology, Rode Microphones, Film Convert, Movidium.com and FNB. Thanks for watching.